Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this one, I thought that we would go through it's a question I get a lot. I mean, it's hands down the number one question that I get from you guys, whether it's on Instagram or you guys are emailing me or it's questions that I get in the restaurant. So, and that question is, I'm in the trades, my spouse is in the trades. If we move to Wyoming, are we going to be successful? Are we going to be able to live? What do the opportunities look like? Overall, what's it going to be like for us? So in this video, we're going to dive into sort of anecdotally what I think it's going to be like. I'm going to give you some options on where to live, where I think you could be really, really successful. I'll show you a couple opportunities that I easily found looking around. And then I'm going to give you a story about a guy I know. He's working his way into the trade or trades or however you want to label that one. But you'll be surprised at how it's going for him. So let's dive into it. Okay, so you're in the trades, your spouse is in the trades. Should you move to Wyoming? My answer, without a doubt, is abso-friggin-lutely. So there is no shortage of jobs here for someone who is skilled. I don't care whether you're a carpenter, a plumber, HVAC, you name it, the opportunity is here. If you're one of those guys that's a jack of all trades, oh my God, gold mine, side jobs, gigs, things people can't get done. I mean, dozens a week posted in the classifieds. If you just went into our local area classifieds and mopped up the jobs that were in there, you'd make six figures, no problem. It's insane the amount of stuff that people want to get done that they just can't get done. Now, makes a lot of sense. We live in a state with, the lowest population. So a guy that can get stuff done is in high demand. I've got a bunch of rentals and I struggle to get stuff done. I struggle to get return calls. So to give you an example, one of my apartment complexes the other day, I needed to get grass, yard maintenance, landscaping, whatever, set up. I called 4 different lawn care companies. I didn't get a single call back. Well, I stand corrected. I got one call back 2 weeks after I called to be like, hey, I'll be out of town this weekend. Give me a call on Monday. It was basically the message I got. So I was able to find a guy that does it in his spare time, and he's helping us out and doing a great job. But, that's just one example of lawn care. That doesn't cover, guys that get inside and do, flooring or painting or getting that stuff done here is an absolute headache. And if you're that guy, you're good at that kind of stuff, it's like a blank check, man. You can make all the money you want. Absolutely fantastic opportunity. I absolutely encourage you to get out here. I absolutely encourage you to dominate. The only things I ask, do what you say you're going to do, show up on time, and be open. So many times I call and it's like, hey, we're closed. Go check Facebook, see what our hours are. And they're always shifting and moving around, and they're closed one day a week because they went out to adventure or whatever. There's definitely a mindset here that's I'm going to work hard enough so that I can go play, which is great. If you're going to work hard enough and go play on that side. But as a customer, it's definitely frustrating. So if you're in the trades and you want to come out and open your own business, you can hands down dominate. But just being open all the time, doing what you say, and showing up on time. I think if you're entrepreneurial and you're in the trades, this is the place to be. Huge, business friendly, just come and just kick ass. You can totally take over, without a doubt, hands down. So now, and this applies across the state. So I think, there's several different areas you can be in. And I take a lot of heat because I'm always recommending the Northwest corner. Now, I think the Northwest corner is the prettiest part of the state. I'm not going to lie about that. I'm definitely biased. I love it. Cody, Jackson, all those areas up there, up in the corner, anything in and around Yellowstone is just absolutely beautiful. But that's not the area I'm going to recommend if you want to come here and be in the trades. I think there's a bigger opportunity. And that area is going to be in, let me bring a map up. So that area is going to be Cheyenne. I think your best bet if you're coming in and you're in the trades and you want to move to Wyoming, Cheyenne is your best bet. Why do I say Cheyenne? One, it's a little bit bigger city. So there's some larger scale jobs and that kind of stuff. And I'm making some generalizations here because I don't know what particular trade you're in or what it is that you do or what that you're exactly looking for. So we're just trying to get you in the door. I think Cheyenne, and I've picked some cities, and we're going to go through another one, and I'll try to give you an example in the northwest corner too. But the beauty with Cheyenne is you're 47 minutes to Fort Collins. You have the jobs in Cheyenne, and then you can also jump out to Laramie. So I think it gives you a lot of opportunity to cover some decent size cities for us. Decent size. I know you guys from Atlanta and all that kind of like decent size, whatever. But for us, decent size. So you can, and 47 minutes to travel out here, out in the West is right around the corner. But so you can shoot down to Fort Collins, you can do jobs in Cheyenne, and you can do jobs in Laramie. I just think you've got a lot of opportunity if you're in the trades being in Cheyenne. You can also start to, consider some oil field jobs when you're out there moving in that direction. Now, a lot of guys will get on, they'll see jobs in the oil field, and they'll get lured in by the money. For me, and this is only what I've heard, I've never worked an oil field job. I will own that. It's my understanding is it's typically 2 weeks on, 1 week off. There's a lot of addiction that goes on out there because they're lonely and you're gone and you're away from home. So consider that a lot if you're thinking about an oil field job. I would tend to advise away from it. I know a lot of families that have really busted up over that kind of thing, but you can make a lot of money. Absolutely. But it's also boom and bust. You're gone a lot. So factor that in. But if you're a plumber, HVAC, carpenter, or whatever, there's no reason you can't move to Cheyenne, find a job, making really good money. And let me show you sort of some of what I'm talking about when I say, you can make decent money and you come out here decent, good. If we come back over here and look, like this is just Indeed. I did a quick Indeed search, ran down through open jobs. There's a carpenter here up in the northwest corner in Powell. Powell's a great little town. You can absolutely live there. I've got a bunch of properties in Powell, spent a lot of time in Powell. The people in Powell are great. So here you are, a carpenter, Nationwide Construction Inc. I don't know anything about the company. You'd have to research that. 55 to 75 grand a year. Keep in mind when you move to Wyoming, no state income tax. So instantly you're getting a bump. I don't know where you're coming from. Let's say you're coming from somewhere 7% state income tax. Instantly that's 7% over. I got to think 55 to 75 is a nice range, even wherever you're at for a trade job. You come here, you're doing better than average. You could buy a nice house on that kind of money, especially if you have a spouse and they're working another job, like kind of kicking some butt. I ran through, found a bunch of jobs. Post frame construction, lead carpenter, construction worker, carpenter, plumber, HVAC, assembly repair, concrete finisher, roofing, more concrete. This would be example of one of the oil field jobs that I was kind of talking about. So, you start to bump up a bit. So, there's those. Again, we talked about the downsides of the oil field. More concrete, pipe fitter. You name it. Here's a lineman job. Whatever trade you're into, you can absolutely find a job here without a doubt. And this isn't just because of what I call the great labor shortage. This is all the time. We don't have a lot of people that live here, so you have a ton of opportunity. I have a tenant. He was an entry-level carpenter for 3 or 4 months, not long, and he was excited to get that job. After 3 or 4 months of, working for this one company, another company came along and they're training him now to be a finish carpenter, and he's making 3 times the amount of money. It was insane, the jump that he got. Absolutely amazing after just 3 months of experience, because he's a hard worker and he shows up on time. Super proud of the dude. Awesome. So I told you guys that I would tell you sort of a story about a guy that I know that's having an unbelievable success in the trades. So I have a guy for me. He's sort of my handyman right now that does, my side gigs. And let's say I have an apartment that needs to be rehabbed. He'll go in, gut it for me, get the flooring down, get stuff painted. So he works a full-time job. He'll come over, work for me in the evenings and the weekends. And now he doesn't work every evening and he doesn't work every weekend. And he's got another side hustle on top of this one that's doing really well. And I'm trying not to give too many details here, and I am being vague on purpose because I don't want to out him. But he's on track to make 6 figures in his side hustle this year. Just, think fixing apartments for me, doing some odd jobs for other people, getting out and about and just picking up work as it comes along to him. And he's like, I have more than I can handle. He's bringing in friends at this point. Like, I mean, he's turning it into a legit business and it's just his side hustle. Like when he pops and goes, he's going to make money hand over fist. I'm trying to figure out how I can get him to let me invest with him and be his partner just because he's going to make so much money. So yes, if you're in the trades and you are a hard worker and you're willing to hustle, in no time, you will be making killer six figures if you're willing to do side work and get out there and then eventually turn it into a business, like hands down. Like you're going to be unbelievably successful, unbelievably wealthy. Absolutely. If you're in the trades, your husband or spouse is in the trades, get to Wyoming. There's a huge opportunity you're missing out on. So hopefully I answered the questions that you guys typically ask me. I know I get these a lot. So if I didn't, put some stuff down in the comments, shoot me a note, any of the platforms, whatever. I do my best to answer. Those are usually a struggle for me, but I will get back to you eventually. But yeah, if there's anything else you guys want to know about, hopefully I answered those questions. Huge opportunity. Get here, do it, dominate. Let me know when you get here and get set up. I probably got work for you. I'd love to be your first customer. Sure, let me know. But hit me up. I can't wait to see you guys around town, and I'll catch you in the next one.